everybody. Welcome. I recorded yesterday, but I wasn't happy with how it was turning out. But here I am back. And there's this quote that I always reflect back on, and I want to read it. It's one day you're 17 and you're planning for someday, and then quietly, without you ever really noticing, someday is today, and then someday is yesterday, and this is your life. I feel like I think about that when I'm like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Like, bitch, I live on an island
I've been here for 3 months.
and I can't believe it. And the last couple months were really hard for me. Like, the initial excitement of moving here was real, but also the fear, but also knowing I was doing the right thing. But I was met with a lot of edge and resistance in surrendering and slowing down. It's what I asked for, but it was really difficult. I just, really found myself stressing out a lot. And one day I was on the swing, and there's this tree I like to look at, and it just like I have a tree. There's a tree that just speaks to me, and I'm like, this is my tree. And every time I look at her, she just inspired trees like inspire me because I feel like they're just like they're so still, but they're so beautiful, but they're also so wise, and they just like wait and receive. They die when they need to die, they grow when they do, and their roots are rooted in I don't know how to explain it. But I was like, what was my intention of moving here? Slowing down, surrendering, like rest. And as the moment that I was on the swing, I was like, this is what I've asked for. And it's like in my head, I was waiting for this grand thing to happen. And it it's not that like you don't have to do this big ass thing to experience what you wanted to experience. And I've been pocketing a lot of little moments like that because I've been present with it. Like yesterday night, I went to get ice cream and we were on the highway and we were blasting music with the windows down. And I was like, this is it. Excuse me. This is the life. And it's amazing. I quite literally had the best time of my life. And then I was like, I'm so glad I moved here. I'm so glad I did this. I'm so glad I'm here. That everything I've experienced led me to this moment. And I feel like, I don't know if you guys can hear the ocean. She's very fucking loud right now. But even I feel like my cycle is speaking to me. I'm just ending my bleed right now. I am a pink moon girly. And I feel like when I started learning about the cycles, I've been like a purple moon girly for like I feel like a lot of my life, and that that was really hard for me. But pink moon girly is about taking action and starting this podcast that feels so much in alignment, and also learning about astrology. I've been diving into Western astrology a lot, specifically my Chiron, which is in Sagittarius, and it's in the fifth house, which has to do with creativity, play, inner child. And like when I read it, I was like, oh my God. Like, that click, you're like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. And like, I came here to heal that. I came here to integrate that. Like, that is part of my earth school, to reclaim that part of myself. And it just feels so refreshing because knowing that, and knowing that I had this fuck yes to start this podcast, and I knew it in my heart, And that even my cycle was like, hey bitch,
Bitch, I'm ready. Let's fucking do it.
so here I fucking am. And it's really hard for me not to overthink it and to like, because I don't know like if anything will happen with this podcast, but I just know in my heart that this is something I want to do, and I want to listen to her. I want to follow it. I Yeah. And I also feel like part of surrendering um was or I've been reading this book called A Return to Love, and it talks about God in like this really loving and gentle way, which I really love. And I'm going to try to like put the page where I read it so you guys can read it. But it basically was talking about how let me start with this. So initially when I wanted to move, I really wanted to go to Oregon. And like after my breakup or even before the breakup, I was like, oh my god, like I want to go to Oregon, like that's my place. And I still feel really deeply like I still want to like go to Oregon, but I knew like a part of my spirit couldn't live in Oregon just because there's long periods of time where there's no sunshine, and that really affects me. But I was like, no, I moved after I broke up with my boyfriend. I was like, I'm moving there. And it's like everything I did to attempt to like move, like I was in so many Facebook groups, and every time like I saw a post about them need like someone needing a roommate, it just didn't align with what I was looking for. And I was like, I need to listen to that because I'm going to be living, in those situations, and like is this something I can do long term? And none of them was like, no, like I literally can't do this. And after my lease ended, I moved in with my friend for a little bit. It was just kind of like a what the fuck, I don't know what I'm doing period. I'm trying to figure out what's next for me. And I think after a while, I finally gave up on Oregon. I was like, I don't know if like I really want Oregon anymore. And I think it got to a point where my friend was like, "Do you have a plan?" And I really didn't have some sort of plan. And I think it was really hard because like I kind of wanted to flow, but it was hard to flow. So I was like, wait, but I need a plan. I need it all to like do, 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 do. But I feel like that was part of the surrender in the prayer. My prayer to come to Hawaii was very quiet. I just probably said it once. I was like, wow, it'd be so cool to live in Hawaii though. Like Hawaii like was in the back of my head. But I was like, there's no way that can happen. It's too da 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 da. Like all these things came up that blocked me from like it's not fucking happening. And then I had an opportunity come up to move here, and I just knew that I had to do it. And I knew it was right for me because as soon as I got the yes, I booked my plane ticket. I put in my 2 weeks. But going back to the book, it says that when you think you have it all figured out, you don't give God a chance to like give you those miracles. Like you have it all planned out, so God's like, okay, well, you think you have it all planned out, like I don't know why I gotta, like there's no room. And once I just let Oregon go, there was room. There was room for my like fruition, my dream to come true. And it's just so crazy how that works. Like I was craving connection here. Like the last 2 months was actually very lonely for me. It was hard to make friends, and I had to slowly like release this connection I had with someone. we're still friends, but I was like holding on to it so tightly. And as soon as like we've like taken some space from each other, one of the girls on the property, we've been hanging out more. And I feel like sometimes it's kind of like my survival mode kicks in and I want to hang into all the good that I have. And not like, that connection isn't still with me, but to just know that, like, you're not meant to hold on to everything. And sometimes you don't understand why things happen. But, like, I saw this quote somewhere where it was like, people are not like your property, like, or something. Like, you don't, like, own them. Like, yes, they're your friend, but, like, sometimes, like, like something happens where you both just stop talking to each other, or you have something that happens, and it's like I learned that lesson that I needed to with them, and I hold gratitude for the connection. I hold love, but like it's okay to let go, and that's still really hard for me. But it's like once you just like this is what it feels like. Once you make room for it, for that miracle, that expansion. And I feel like this is just such an exciting time in my life. That everything that happened to me was meant to happen. And that I'm content with where I am. That I don't need to go anywhere. I don't need to try so hard to have things work out for me. Because they will. Because my prayers are heard. And that
I can do this. I fucking got it. Me to me.
I fucking got it. Me to me. I don't feel like I really ended my chat, but thank you for watching. Please share your reflections if you have any. And I'll see you next time. Stay rad.